Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of the 30th of June 2022. Essence. Sweet children, completely fulfill the promise you have made to the Father. No matter what happens, never renounce your Dharma, righteousness. This is the highest destination. If you forget your promise and act wrongly, your register is spoilt. Question: what indicates you to be moving very fast on your pilgrimage? Answer: if you are moving very fast on your pilgrimage, your intellect is constantly spinning the discus of self-realization. Nothing except the Father and the inheritance is remembered. Accurate remembrance means that nothing of this world is visible. It is as though, even while seeing, you do not see anything. Even while seeing everything, you have the consciousness that all of this is to turn to dust, that all of these palaces, etc., are to be destroyed, that none of them existed in our kingdom, and that they will not exist again. Song. O boatman, take the boat of my fortune wherever you wish. Om Shanti. In fact, this line of the song is wrong. The Father says, "Children, I have come in order to take you away. Where will I take you? To the lands of liberation and liberation in life. You can claim as high a status as you wish. It isn't that he will take you where he wants. Everyone wants to make effort, but according to the drama, not everyone makes effort equally. You children must have mercy on yourselves. The ocean of knowledge has come to teach you knowledge and yoga. This is the mercy he has. A teacher just teaches, and a yogi teaches yoga. However, whether one studies more or less is up to each individual. You understand that you are now sitting in true company, not in false company. There is only one true company, because there is only the one who is the truth. He is the one who establishes the golden age, and he also inspires you to make effort in order to go to the golden age. There is also a shloka, verse. Only if you speak true words and perform true actions are you able to go to the land of truth. Sikh people say, Sat Shri Akal, the elevated immortal one is the truth. Only that one true Father is the most elevated. He is the immortal image. Death never comes to him. Death comes to human beings again and again. You children are sitting in true company, satsang. Only the one Father makes the false land of Bharat into the land of truth. All the deities are the children. The deities take with them the inheritance of being pure charitable souls from here. There is nothing but falsehood here. The oath that the government makes you take is also false. People even say, "We are taking the oath in the name of God to speak the truth." However, even though people say this, they no longer have any fear of it. In fact, they would hesitate more if they said that they were taking the oath in the name of their children. They would then experience sorrow because they would think, "God gave us children, so how can we take the oath in their name?" They would hesitate before taking the oath in the name of their child in case he dies. A wife would never take the oath in the name of her husband. A husband would not take long to take the oath in the name of his wife. He thinks that if one wife goes, he can get another one. All the oaths that human beings take are false. Unless they recognize God to be their Father, they cannot have the intoxication of His being the Father. You children now understand this. That Father is known as Sat Shri Akal. The name of that one who is the truth is Shiva. If you just say Rudra, people get confused. So you have to say this in order to explain. In the Gita, they have written about the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra, through which the flames of destruction are ignited. That also applies to this time. There is no mention of the sacrificial fire of Krishna. They have mixed the two up. It has been explained that there are no sacrificial fires in the Golden or Silver Age. There is only one sacrificial fire of knowledge. All the rest are material sacrificial fires. To study the scriptures, to worship, etc., all belong to the path of devotion. There is only this knowledge, and that is given by the true Supreme Soul. People say false things about God. This is why Bharat has become poverty-stricken. There is no falsehood greater than this. This play is predestined. This is the game of a maze, that is, of wandering around by forgetting the Father. The Father comes and then frees you from having to wander. This drama is a play about victory and defeat. It takes half a cycle to be defeated. We become absolutely like dirt, and then we are victorious for half a cycle. No one except you knows of these matters. There are many large Gita Pashalas. They have also made Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan for the study of the Gita. The name of the Gita is very famous. The Gita is also known as the jewel of all scriptures. But because the name in it has been changed, it has become useless. The name of the Gita has existed for a long time. The Father says, "I and not Sri Krishna am the God of the Gita." It is now the confluence. The Father is the Creator, but only when He creates heaven will Radha and Krishna or Lakshmi and Narayan come. The Father comes and makes us into the masters of heaven through Jagadamba and Jagadpita. No one except God can teach Raja Yoga. Jagadamba is very well known. The urn of knowledge is kept on Jagadamba. Lakshmi and Narayan, Radhe and Krishna do not exist at the moment. Together with Krishna there must definitely be Radhe. There is no mention of Radhe in the Gita, but she is mentioned in the Bhagavad. The Father says, "Those who were Radhe and Krishna are now in their last and 84th birth. I am once again awakening them and their kingdom. I am now making all of you beautiful." These are very deep points that only you children understand. Only you understand that you are from the family of deities, the Sun dynasty and the Moon dynasty. We have taken 84 births and will now once again go into the Golden Age. You will start counting from the Golden Age. The cycle of 84 births is famous. Do you remember your inheritance again and again? Now remember the cycle of 84 births. To remember this cycle means to remember the history and geography of the entire world. The more one spins the discus of self-realization, the faster one goes on the pilgrimage. You know that this is now the world of thorns. Tamo-pradhan human beings are trapped in the 5 vices. The Father says, "Renounce the consciousness of mine." However, they do not renounce it. They could receive such an unlimited kingdom, and yet they still say, "We will think about it." Do you love vice to such an extent that you say you will think about renouncing it? At least make a promise now, and you will then receive help from the Father. Do not then become those who defame the family after having made a promise. No matter what happens, we will not renounce our dana. This is a very high destination. The Father would do his best, would he not? He wouldn't let things loose. You will be forgiven once, but if you do it again, you will be finished. The register is spoilt through this. Vice is poison, whereas knowledge is the nectar through which human beings become deities. That is bad company. Sikh people say, "Sat Shri Akal," and make a lot of noise by chanting, because Sat Shri Akal uplifted everyone. However, they have forgotten him. Even to forget is in the drama. The Jain religion has very strict renunciation. The Father says, "I teach you easy Raja Yoga." The Father does not give you any difficulties. You may go in an aeroplane or go for a drive in a car, but take precautions with your diet as much as you can. You have to give drishti to your food before you eat it, but some children forget to do this. In this aspect, you have to remember the father or the bridegroom with a lot of happiness. Beloved, I am eating this food in remembrance of you, in your company. You do not have a body of your own. I will remember you and then eat, and you can continue to take the fragrance of it. So, when you remember in this way, the habit will be formed, and your mercury of happiness will continue to rise. You will then also be able to imbibe knowledge. If there is any weakness, you imbibe very little, and the arrow is not shot with that much strength either. To have yoga with the Father means that even while seeing all those beautiful palaces, you have the consciousness that all of them are to turn to dust, that they did not exist in our kingdom. Our kingdom is now being established, and none of this will exist there. It will be a new world. None of these old trees will be there either. Everything there will be first class. All of these animals will die. There will not be any illness. Those emerge later on. The golden age means heaven. Here everything causes sorrow. At present, everyone's dictates are devilish. Even the government desires such education that children do not become mischievous. At the moment, there is a lot of mischief. At present, there is a lot of picketing, hunger strikes, etc. Who taught them all of that? Whatever they themselves taught now comes in front of them. The Father says, "Children, stay in silence. To play loud music and to shout out all belong to the path of devotion. You have been making spiritual endeavour for birth after birth." They have continued to use the word sadhana, spiritual endeavour, but no one has been able to attain salvation. Even if you do not have any pictures or literature, you can still go to the temples and explain that previously Lakshmi and Narayan were the masters of heaven. Surely they must have received the inheritance from the Creator of heaven. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is the Creator of heaven, is the one who explains to us. The ones who built the temples do not know this. You children should explain that they, Lakshmi and Narayan, received the inheritance from the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. They must surely have received it at the end of the Iron Age. Raja Yoga is mentioned in the Gita. They must definitely have studied Raja Yoga at the Confluence Age with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, and not with the creation, Sri Krishna. The Creator is only the one Father who is called Heavenly God the Father. Those who have good, broad intellects understand this accurately, and they also imbibe it. Some young daughters should sit and explain with the pictures to important people who it was that created them, Lakshmi and Narayan. It does not matter if it is a common picture or not. The young daughters can explain even in their childlike language. When young daughters become clever, thanks will be given to their father who made them so clever. The daughters would say, "I am telling you all of this because I know it. The unlimited Father is now teaching Raja Yoga." The Father says, "Consider yourselves to be souls. Do not consider a bodily being to be a guru. Only the one Sat Guru will take you across. The rest will only drown you. If you chirp to them in this way, your name will be glorified. It is shown that the arrows of knowledge were shot by Kumaris. It is not that everyone will understand. Those who are from our religion will quickly understand. You should explain to all those who are in the stage of retirement and those who build temples. You should uplift them. Say, we will tell you the biography of Shiv Baba. The second number is Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. We will tell you the world history and geography of how human beings take 84 births. This is the cycle of 84. Sit and explain the story of Brahma and Saraswati. No one except you children can explain this knowledge. Come and we will explain to you how Lakshmi and Narayan claimed their kingdom and how they then lost it. Acha, if you do not understand even this much, then simply become man above. Children should go and do service in this way. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence Vedana 1. If you have any internal weakness, check yourself and remove it. Remain firm on the promise you have made to the Father. 2. You must take food in a state of great cleanliness and after giving it drishti. Eat your food in remembrance of the Father and the bridegroom with a lot of happiness. Blessing. May you be a master bestower and experience yourself to be full by having a right to all treasures. It is said, give 1 and receive 1,000-fold. When you give perishable treasures, they diminish, but when you give imperishable treasures, they increase. However, only those who are full can give to others. So, master bestowers are those who are full and overflowing. They have the intoxication that the Father's treasures are theirs. Those who have true remembrance receive all attainments automatically. They do not need to ask for anything or complain about anything. Slogan: Make your stage unshakable and immovable, and you will then be able to watch the final scenes of destruction. Om Shanti.